Action 2 News learns of 4 federal civil lawsuits involving Waupun Correctional Institution and a request for a federal civil rights investigation.
Comes after news of the arrest of the warden and 8 employees at the prison after the deaths of inmates there. 2 weeks ago, the Dodge County Sheriff announcing the investigation into those now former employees.
And in a first alert investigation, Emily Byer joins us after obtaining the documents and speaking to the attorney heading up all of these cases. Emily.
Cami and Bill, one of these cases involving the death of Dean Hoffman has a court date set for the end of July. All of the lawsuits allege prisoner mistreatment, and all of them were filed before the announced arrests of Waupun correctional employees on June 5th. One of the lawsuits filed just the day before.
A federal civil wrongful death lawsuit for Tyshawn Lemons was filed on June 4th. The 30-year-old died of a drug overdose on October 2nd, 2023. Court documents allege that due to the discovery of drugs, the prison was put on prolonged lockdowns, stating workers at the prison willfully and deliberately ignored their duties to protect Lemons. Cameron Williams' lawsuit was filed on May 7th. The 24-year-old died of a stroke on October 30th of last year. Court documents say Williams asked for medical treatment 10 days before he died. It states he was throwing up blood and was crying and begging to go to the emergency room due to severe head pain. It further states, despite his screams, no guards ever helped him. Dean Hoffman's case was filed on February 5th. Online records show that case has a scheduling conference set for July 29th. The suit claims prison officials failed to provide Hoffman with adequate mental health care and medications. The 60-year-old died by suicide while in solitary confinement on June 29th of last year. A federal civil lawsuit involving multiple prisoners was filed in October. 10 prisoners alleging that they were not given basic health care, including medical, dental, and mental. In May, a federal judge removed 8 defendants, saying they did not exhaust all options available to them within the system. 2 remain, and their bid for class action status was denied 2 weeks ago on June 4th. However, we spoke to the attorney representing the inmates, who plans to appeal.
There were 10 plaintiffs originally. But there were, I believe, some 920 or so, or maybe 920 to 950 inmates at Waupun that would qualify as class members. Not too far back, the judge handling this case dismissed 8 of my 10 plaintiffs. However, we are now going to most likely appeal that decision. It was based on their failure to exhaust their remedies, but through the lockdown, those remedies were not available to them. So we're going to make that argument to the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals.
The attorney also sharing a letter he sent last week to Governor Tony Evers, informing the governor he is seeking a federal civil rights investigation.
And I have also had 3 meetings with 3 attorneys at the Federal Department of Justice, and we're hopeful, they haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but we're hopeful that there will be a civil rights investigation.
And now we have not been able to independently confirm the existence or status of a civil rights investigation, but Action 2 News has reached out to several sources. The Department of Corrections tells us it does not comment on ongoing litigation. We've also asked Governor Evers for an interview or a statement and have not yet heard back. Bill and Cami.